He and his family,
Sneako's
or
trying,
he and
but
she and that family is making that decision for that child's life. If that's the path they want to go down, it's like choosing a fucking sport. You can
No,
do
it's not!
what you want to do.
No, it's not!
You can do what you want to do?
No, it's not! You go play a sport, you quit, nothing changes. You cut off your you can't glue it back on. This guy's a brick, man. This guy's a brick. I thought he was smarter than this, man.
Well, this week has been interesting. We've seen the Mr. Beast slash Chris Tyson issues really draw a clear line of delineation between YouTubers who used to everyone used to think, oh, they're just so base, they're so cool, and people who like are not lunatics. This whole thing is revealing a lot of people's own wild opinions. And there was a debate on Friday between a very, very popular YouTube content creator, somebody who is an anointed one, in good favor of YouTube, goes by MoistCritical or Penguin Zero or Charlie, it doesn't really matter, and Sneako, revealing their true opinions on a wide variety of things. Now, I want to put this out first. So they were debating, I guess, at one point during this debate, whether or not somebody who is like 21 should marry somebody who is 15. No, they should not. That's gross. Okay. I know Sneako's fan. People think just because I disagree with MoistCritical on this that I'm automatically siding with Sneako. No, that's weird. That's messed up. I don't care what they did 200 years ago. I don't care what certain religions say. It's not okay. They both took incredible L's in this. Sneako ended up winning, but the debate, but at what cost? You know, I don't really think that, that age difference is something that I want to talk about. I'm not dying on that hill. It's a wild debate to even have. But during this debate, Charlie not only referred to children getting life-altering surgery to affirm their dysmorphia, okay, as the same thing as playing sports, he also believed that it was totally fine for them to have life-altering surgeries, just as long as their parents agree. Certainly, these parents wouldn't be compelled to do any of this kind of stuff for clout. It's not like how many of Megan Fox's kids are all trans? All of them, like 100% or something. Like it's not like people are compelled to let their kids do this stuff for internet clout. So I think they're both. I think if you look at Sneako, he is Muslim, and this is a Muslim value, this marriage thing. So he's not really going to take the L in his community. I don't think a 21-year-old should be marrying a 15-year-old. You want to talk about somebody who's 40 marrying a 20-year-old? That's fine by me. It's a weird issue, but in this particular debate, here's one thing. Now, again, this is the clip I found. This is a clip of Nick Merckx reacting, but you need to listen to how Charlie views how absolutely. I'm trying to be kind here. I know Charlie cooked me in a video one day, and I deserve that. And I'm not, I don't have any hostility, but what I'm concerned about is that he minimizes these life-altering surgeries that Europe has now started to peel back and ban, and new, actual studies now prove that it's not really moving the needle on whether or not these people are happy and decide to stay on this planet. And we have a whole slew of detransitioners now who are telling their stories. Like, this is a big deal that you should not be, minimizing. Listen to this.
He and his family,
Sneako's trying,
he and
but
she and that family is making that decision for that child's life.
So what Charlie is saying here is that, oh yeah, if your 12-year-old wants to get a double mastectomy, as long as your parents agree, that's okay. That's literally his position. I'm not misrepresenting it. Let me tell you this unequivocally, that is not okay. And any doctor doing that should lose their medical license for life. Rule number 1 is do no harm. There is no medical reason to do this. It does not, as they tried to say for many years, reduce the likelihood of these people. This is how demonic these doctors in big trans medicine is. They only care about creating a lifetime patient, essentially. You end up in a situation where parents are lied to by these doctors. It happened to Elon Musk, somebody who people think is extremely smart, okay? The doctors tell Elon Musk, well, if you don't put your kid on puberty blockers, they're going to leave this planet. They're going to, the 47% meme is not a joke. That's a real statistic. It's probably higher than nowadays, okay? So doctors will tell parents, if you don't do this, you're going to lose your kid. Do you want a trans son or one that isn't alive? That's literally what they say, okay? And that's wrong. It is not backed by science. It is not backed by data. And then you have somebody like Charlie saying, well, if the parents agree, go ahead. I mean, the existence of the sheer number of detransitioners disproves Charlie's insanely dangerous rhetoric. The sheer number of people who are suing their doctors and gender clinics disproves Charlie's very dangerous rhetoric. To minimize this down to whether or not somebody plays sports or whether or not the parents agree is insane.
That's the path they want to go down. It's like choosing a fucking sport. You can
No,
do
it's not!
what you want to do.
No, it's not.
Again, Nick Merckx is everybody here. Let me play this uninterrupted so Charlie's fans don't have a meltdown and think that I'm misrepresenting what he's saying. He's literally saying having gender-affirming, surgeries or puberty blockers is the same thing as choosing to play tennis or not.
He and his family,
Sneako's
or
trying,
he and
but
she and that family is
same
making that decision for that child's life. If that's the path they want to go down, it's like choosing a fucking sport. You can
No,
do
it's not!
what you want to do.
No, it's not.
You can do what you want to do?
No, it's not. You go play a sport, you quit, nothing changes.
He's 100% right. Nick Merckx is 100% right. Look, Charlie is a guy that got popular by having a unique delivery to common sense reactions to everything. Every video he puts out, he speaks from the high road and with hindsight. Okay, this is a guy that is not a deep thinker. He plays video games, and he knows whether or not a YouTuber scamming somebody is a bad thing. It is an echo chamber. It is a hug box. He is not espousing anything controversial. Now, when he gets in an unscripted, by the way, every video he makes is scripted, so he can carefully, craft what he's going to say. Okay. Again, I implore Charlie to have a conversation, not with me, but one of the many popular detransitioners with many followers on Twitter, and hear from them their stories. I am not the right person to talk about the journey that detransitioners go through. There are dozens of them, okay, on Twitter. Chloe's one of them. If Charlie wants to reach out, I can put him in contact with a half dozen detransitioners. The idea that he would say that is the same as a sport is dangerous rhetoric.
Do you believe that somebody can go through hormone therapy? Can they change their gender if they're a child?
I think that's totally fine as long
Gross.
as everyone is consenting.
Again, you think that's totally fine. Again, I hope that Charlie, who has 10 million subscribers, I don't know, I don't use Reddit, or I don't know what his community's reaction to this is, but I certainly hope that they're like, yo, what? We now know, okay, by the way, for the people that actually, actually make it this far in the video, okay, this is why he said it. MoistCritical gets backlash for misgendering Chris Tyson. This guy is just a normie that espouses normie opinions. That's fine. The most popular content creators on this platform are normies. MoistCritical enjoys YouTube handpicking his videos and making them #1 in trending constantly. Okay? Why do you think that that is? Here's Melanie Mack. Guys, it's totally okay to get a perfectly healthy body part removed if you've had therapy and that's what you want to do. What? Literally what? Once you're 18, I don't have much to say, okay? But look, Charlie, I implore you, increasing number of European nations now adopt a more cautious approach to, quote, gender-affirming care among young ones. By the way, it's not gender-affirming care. It's, in my opinion, pseudoscience. European countries restrict trans healthcare for people who are not old enough to make their decision. Again, why do you think that is? And this is Europe, okay? England's health service stops prescribing puberty blockers to people who are not old enough. All of these articles are from this year. There have been several major studies that talk about, okay, that we don't know now anymore, right? We don't know. It has no impact. The big thing was like, this will keep them alive. They're going to stay alive. We now know the data says that that is not true, that it does not help them stay alive. Okay. And the lie that was told to their parents will forever destroy those kids' lives and their bodies. This is a guy that talks from a high place online who has made countless videos calling Logan Paul a scammer, and then when he sees Logan Paul in real life, this is how he reacts.
What's up, bro?
Hey, nice
How are
to
you,
meet you,
dude? I like your videos, dude.
I appreciate it.
I know you've talked some shit, but
Everybody hates Logan Paul.
Is everyone around Logan just a fucking idiot?
Take it personally, man.
I don't.
Okay,
I don't.
thank God.
I understand him.
Thank God, he said. Daps him
And
up.
also, Prime's pretty fire.
Oh, I love your drink. That's what he says behind when he doesn't think anybody's watching, and he talks to these people that he criticizes from his high horse. In real life, he daps them up and says, "Oh, I actually love your product, and I'm glad you're not mad at me." Are you joking? Over 10 million subscribers, and this is your hero? Okay. Again, Charlie, I implore you to talk to literally any detransitioner. Okay. There are dozens I can put you in contact with. And when Charlie responds to this, and he likely will, he'll say something like, oh, if he chooses to make a video and he addresses this video, he'll say, oh, Jeremy once said, and there we have it, yikes. And one time, I went on I did some deep diving and I found that, 7 years ago, he said he'll focus on obfuscating and whataboutism, and he won't address that he made an extraordinarily dangerous comment to an extraordinarily, impressionable young audience, which is who watches his content. Okay. And the fact that he thinks having these type of, all I ask for you, Charlie, is to look up how they do the surgery. Look how they make somebody who has an innie have an outie. Just look it up. Look at some of the pictures and tell me you think that that's no big deal. That's the same as picking up badminton and quitting after 6 months. These people are forever permanently damaged by this, and they are already in a fragile mental situation. Obviously, I believe that, gender dysphoria is real, just like body dysmorphia, but I also believe that the number of people that claim to be suffering from it is overinflated because it has become a social contagion that is pushed by the clout that it receives. The literal real life plot armor it provides to people like Chris Tyson. Okay. The percentage of people that identify in this group is probably 100 times the number of people that are really gender dysmorphic. And it's people like Charlie, and it's people like Mr. Beast presenting this and doing their best to normalize it and even reward it like the world did with Dylan Mulvaney, that creates this situation where we have an unending social contagion where more and more people are going to do this. They're going to, remove parts of their bodies, and they're going to be like, well, Charlie said that's not a big deal. It is a big deal, dude. And I implore you to get educated before you tell your 10 million followers that it's like, quitting football. That's insane.